お疲れ様です。e スポーツキャスターのともぞうです。今回もレインボーシックスシージの動画やっていきたいと思います。さて、8月に行われたベルリンメジャー、いよいよ最後の動画となります。振り返り、グランドファイナルの模様を行っております。まずはプレーオフのトーナメント表を見ておきましょう。さあ、ローグとFaZeが BO5 で争うグランドファイナルとなりました。ベスト8に EU チームが3チーム、そしてブラジルチームが3チーム、NA1、APAC1 という勢力図となりました。NA が1チームだったというのは非常に驚きの展開ではありましたけれども、 EU の復権が目立つこのベルリンメジャーだったのかなと思います。ホームアドバンテージもありますので、どちらかというとアウェーのような空間で戦ったブラジルチームが3チーム残っていたのは、やはりブラジルが強しという兆しがまた出てきたのかなということも考えられなくはありません。さあ、そんなグランドファイナル、ローグ対FaZeはファーストマップ、国境は87でFaZe、ビラは74でローグ、高層ビルは87でFaZe、銀行は75でローグという形で、お互いに1マップずつを取り合って2対2、ディサイダーのクラブハウスで雌雄が決される形となりました。今日は最終マップなのでかなりじっくりやっていきたいと思います。ラウンドもね、かなりふんだんにピックアップしておりますので、いつもよりハイライト長くなってると思いますけれども、最後の特別編と思って見ていただければと思います。それでは早速試合の内容を見ていきましょう。まずは地下に対してがっちりと守るFaZeの守り、ファーストラウンドも取っていて、セカンドラウンドもかなり硬い守りで、さあローグ、俺たちの守りを崩してみろと言わんばかりのFaZeの硬い守りをまずは見ていただければと思います。
Coming out a little bit more from Rogue.
Like you say, there are players there, Spike, Deepak, with limited experience of this environment. Now then, nades are going to start coming in to support the push. We can see the fuse charges going off, just allowing that kitchen hatch to be open. They're in position here to possibly do this. Nitro is going to take a lot of damage off Spike. He was down to about 2 HP, but manages to juice himself back up. Leon still looking good on the Monty though, and that is the main thing for Rogue right now.
Crying's looking for a bit of a backstab here down blue. It's not really a backstab, but it's definitely pressure coming in. Player sat on the other side of that. I don't think the magnet's going to pull that nade over his head, but it looked like it might do for a couple of seconds.
Just trying to work the vertical at the same time. 35 seconds. Normally we'd be saying it's time to start pushing, but it's not the end of the world here on Church and Arsenal. There's plenty of time, but Bullet Cyber, they managed to do some big work for FaZe. Here comes Crying, but doesn't know about Souls hiding behind the generator. And that now leaves us in a 1v4 for Deepak. 20 seconds left to go. He doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the position, really, to be able to find these kills. He almost gets one into corridor, but that is going to be just about all he gets offered because FaZe know where he is now. They don't need to keep.
さあ、そんなFaZeの硬い守りだったんですけれども、ローグがどういう風に攻略するか改めて見てみたんですけれども、2階の監視金庫に対してはしっかりと複数の車線でFaZeの視線を誘導させてキルを取っていくというシーンが目立つんですね。そのあたりのチーム連携のうまさ、相手の位置の正確な情報把握と共有、ローグの質の高い攻撃が垣間見えるラウンドだったので、ラウンド3ご覧ください。
Where Rogue are feeling an attack should come from.
Nade comes up from Spite. It is going to take a little bit of damage onto Souls, but not enough. Deepak manages to find a kill onto Bullet, but Astro is there to take down Spite. That's the thinker gone, and potentially a second nade that was in pocket. I'm not sure if he'd released it or not, but Deepak, he steps up. He's having a huge day in this grand final for Rogue, and that brings us back to 4v3, 4v2, as Leon manages to find Souls, and Rogue get themselves rolling here on Clubhouse.
They have sight, but no diffuser, and Cameraman's worked his way around the smoke. He could land a massive 2k here if they're not careful. This could really sting. I think Crying knows that he's inside of sight. Leon starting to drone his way through as well. Wants one to come up red stairs, I imagine, to give a bit of support. Surely, boys, you don't give away a 4v2. They find one, but it turns out to be a trade. Astro on red stairs. Leon has made the cross, and Crying.
続いてラウンド5。こちらもね、ローグがFaZeの動きを読んでいるかのような攻撃を見せます。戦術核のモンターニが早々に勝負をして落とされてしまうんですが、そこからFaZeが動いたところに先に車線を置いてロック気味に倒していくというキルが目立ちます。第5マップに来ましたので、ある程度相手の癖も読んできた部分があるんじゃないかなと思いますが、そんなローグの先読みした攻撃を見ていただければと思います。
or whether or not he pushes at all. But the best thing is, by pushing the Monty in so early, you're going to force Souls to start chunking through those smoke canisters to try and keep the Monty at bay. He still keeps going. He'll draw out a second here, and he wants to fight. Almost finds the man, but Souls wins that 1 versus 1.
Big gamble for Leon there, and it's not paid off this time. He could have just continued in his same vein and just burning out those toxic babe canisters with a little bit more patience, but no, they've given up the man advantage now. 4 versus 4, and work is starting on the kitchen hatch and the kitchen ceiling, just trying to bring it all down so they can prevent anybody from denying these hard breach charges when they come in.
Look at that from Leon for a second as well. I think if he kept on marching forwards, he was no doubt baiting up more of those smokes, and may well have just found himself trapped between 2 and going down to the smoke. So I don't blame him for going for the fight, but it's that coordination with the rest of the team there that really you're trying to look for. Deepek here hoping this hatch up as well. Looking to give themselves control inside the kitchen. It's Cyber, though, holding down behind Stack, who's ready for that backstab I keep on talking about. So he's trying, but in comes the nade, and Cyber's taken down to 5 HP.
He needs to count his lucky stars that he's still alive after that one. Absolute fraction of HP remaining. But at the minute, Rogue have got control of the map. They've started to soften up site phase, are just hoping and holding onto angles. Cyber low health, Souls low health, and the push you know is going to come in the next 15 to 20 seconds. The first 2 gunfights are going to be particularly important. If they go in the direction of Rogue, you can forget about the rest of the round. Kanto, he takes down Cameraman, one of the full health operators. That's about as good as it gets for Rogue as Cryan finds Astro, and the push continues.
They're trying to go for the plant now as well. Cyber's trying to get a flank on with Soul stepping across. He might get an angle on towards Deepek here, but he's the last one left standing. Spike gets...
前半は2対4で折り返します。ローグ有利。こうなってくるとFaZeとしては気持ちの面で後ろ向きになりがちなんですけれども、ここから情熱のラテンチーム、戦術じゃない気持ちで本当にローグの守りをこじ開けていきます。メイン階段外から入ってきたモンターニュと下から駆け上がってくるサイバーのフィンカー、その挟み込み苛烈なFaZeの攻撃がハマった、そんな攻撃を見ていただきましょう。
Is down, and that is not a good start. I don't think he's got a salvation station near him. It's not going to matter as Cameraman goes in and finishes him off, but Kanto fights back, trade for trade here as we find ourselves now in a 4v2 after the kill comes in from Souls. It's not looking good for Rogue Des as FaZe are just hitting the accelerator right now. Deepek trying to hold.
ただクラブハウスは終始ローグがイニシアチブを握ります。一時的に 5v3 と人数不利に追い込まれるんですが、少人数でお互いがカバーできる位置をしっかりと守り、ポイントにこもることでうまく車線を狭めてFaZeの攻撃を食い止めていきます。このあたりのローグの連携は本当に素晴らしいと言わざるを得ない、そんなシーンを見ていただければと思います。
Just goes to show how well these players know the maps, know the routes, know where players will maneuver to. Kanto going to drop himself back down. Cameraman finds Cryan up on that top floor, and that should be very close to map control gained for FaZe.
To some level, there's still 1 or 2 playing upstairs. Now with Leon going down, now we can start talking about map control, Tim. You've got 2 FaZe players coming up blue as well as Rogue all move their way back down the main stairs. Different sides of the map in their control, and through they go. They're inside the side. Cyber's down to a slither. C4 comes through, but not going to be able to find anyone. LMGs rattle away, but Deepek off to from deep side finds 1.
Important kill once again from Deepek. He's had so many tonight, and that will be another and another. 1, 2, 3, as easy as ABC for Deepek as he downs a 4th, and their kill comes in from Kanto. It's 3 versus 1 now for Rogue. 1 minute left to go as Cameraman, he's got an awful lot of work ahead of him here. He's 1 versus 3 and just trying to find anything at the minute on the Dokkaebi. Doesn't really have the weapon for it with the marksman rifle, a lower rate of fire, and he tries to challenge.
先にマッチポイントを取ったのはローグ。追い詰められたFaZeなんですけれども、ここでやはりミスターFaZeであるカメラマンとアストロが見せてくれます。絶対に負けてはいけない打ち合いを制する2人のベテランの活躍をご覧ください。
They've got away pretty scot-free there. Again, a small chip on towards Cryan is all they really took it damage-wise on the road map, but waited about a minute and a half. Cyber drops down and Leon finds 1. Just 4 more to go, boys, and the major is yours.
Panic stations for FaZe now as they know that they've got somebody in amongst them, and that is a problem. Astro knows he's in stock though, probably wins this challenge, but somehow Leon manages to keep fighting. He takes some damage, but so does Astro. Bullet taking damage as well here, and this is not looking good for FaZe as Leon gets 2 before being eventually traded out.
Still 3 more left standing though. We've seen FaZe pull these kind of rounds back, but if you're a Rogue fan, you're starting to believe. They've got 1 more C4 left.
There's another kill coming in this time for Cameraman. Onto Kanto Raketti, 53 seconds left to go, and FaZe can continue their push now. 3v3, as you say, they're working down blue. We just see the Inox being jammed out by the mute jammer. Spoit, he's watching the angle onto blue there, just trying to hold this down with the DMR. Arune just waiting for the moment. If the feet come across, you know that Spoit is gonna take the shots.
Last time they came down here, Deepek picked up his 4K. Cameraman steps in through the cover of a smoke and has got his way down long. They're on the step through. It's a 1-for-1. Deepek's down to a slither of HP. Finished off. It's Spoit that stands between FaZe and a chance to stay in this game. They've got the angle held. The plan is going down. Astro on a slither of HP. Spoit comes through but finished off.
さあオーバータイムに入ります。ここからは全てのラウンド見ていただきたいと思いますが、13ラウンド14ラウンドは続けて見ていただければなと思っています。なぜかというとですね、結構ねこの13、14ラウンドはさすがの両チームも勝ちに対する焦りが見え始めて、若干空回りしてる部分があるんですよね。さすがのトッププレイヤーでも優勝がちらつくこのオーバータイムではそういった展開になるのか。ただ気持ちだけは非常に熱いものを持ち続けてお互いにバチバチやっているので、13ラウンドと14ラウンドをご覧いただければと思います。
There of course is no Habana on side, but we're looking in towards the hard breach gadgets from the Fuse, or those exothermics from the Thermite.
Here we go. We're into the action phase. There's good and proper Spoit. He's going to open things up with a headshot onto Cyber. Big start for Rogue. Not only does he bring the explosive traps, but he brings the explosive opening, Des.
It's a beautiful man to find as well. Cyber, again, has been an absolute demon throughout the series. Astro's coming in for Crying. Does Crying know about him coming up behind him?
He does.
I'm not sure he does. Yes, he does. It's 2 kills going the way of Rogue. They're in a 5 versus 2 team, and this is going to crack that trend we've seen of defense falling apart.
It really is, and the big thing here for Rogue is that they've got the defense to come next, Des. They could well take the first 2 rounds and just win this straight off the bat. Bullet holding a long angle there. The silhouette moves, but it's behind the hard wall. There's nothing that Bullet can do about that. Cameraman, he has to try something, but that's going to be number 3 for Spoit in the round. He is activating at just the right time.
When they need him most, that was when he chose to show his true face. A big 3K in the round could yet become a 4. Bullet, a fantastic couple of maps earlier on in the series, but here a little bit dry on kills himself, a nade in hand, but coming up against these mirrors is proving to be a nightmare. A great flick onto Kanto, but 4 more to find inside 60 seconds.
And the thing is, Rogue, they're just going to play this deep. You can see it happening already. Sitting off to the right, using the mirror window, just looking for that information. They knew that another grenade was going to come in to try and clear out any defenders behind it. Breaks it so they can't use that anymore. But there's nowhere else for Bullet to go, realistically. He just needs to keep challenging. Can he find the man inside of Moto? Rogue, you don't need to be peeking. Spoit, he gets down now. 3 versus 1 effectively. 30 seconds left to go. There is time for Bullet here potentially, but he needs to get moving, finds that kill, finishes it off. But Rogue, they are just going to sit and hold their line.
It's what they can do here. He's got to come in through a single doorway. I mean, he's a sledge. You can smash something else out, but the single door will most likely be where he goes. They'll hear him otherwise. They haven't got to go for big swings here, but they put him down to about 40 HP. They can try and look for the last, but there's no way he can close this round out. 1 more bullet is enough to... Nowhere to look. He sees 2. Doesn't quite know which one to shoot for, but now they know that he's trying to get cheeky. He's going to have to back away for a quick second before the next swing comes through. And there we go. It's a wonderful 2 versus 1, and Diffuser is down on the breach as well, Tim.
Well played from FaZe. They knew exactly what was going on. Rogue didn't really recognise that they were being pinched out on either side, and Soul's just keeping his position under wraps enough. There goes Bullet onto Crying. There goes Cameraman and Astro. This, it looks like we are going to have 1 more as FaZe have fought back fantastically on the defence. Here goes Deepek. Maybe 1 more time. Maybe, just maybe, he can keep the dream alive.
This will be something miraculous if he can pull off a 1 1 versus 5. FaZe have crushed Rogue in this round, but he's got 45 seconds with which to play. Does not have the diffuser. That is down inside a construction, so he's got to find his kills. At the minute, they are all very isolated. He looks it towards bathroom, but Astro...
さあそして運命の最終ラウンド15ラウンドなんですけれども、改めて見てみるとやはりローグの鋼の心臓がここでも炸裂したかなと思います。ポイントで選んだのがバーステージだったんですよね。これは僕もリアルタイムで見ていた時によくそこを選んだなという思いがあったんですが、このバー走行を選んだことによってやはりFaZeの攻撃が中盤でかなり停滞していることが伺えるんですよね。やはりこのクラブハウスの4ポイントの中で一番練習回数が少ないかもしれないバー走行に対して最後の最後でFaZeが新しいアイデアを出し切れなかった。逆にローグは大きな賭けに勝ってこのままグランドファイナルをつかみます。そんな最後の攻防を見ていただければなと思います。
Looking to get that nade out. There's somebody on the main stairs. It's going to catch him. No, Leon. He manages to escape. He's coming back for more. Can he take a bite? No. He overextends. Cyber shuts him down. But Kanto's there with a double.
That's what you're looking for. 3 left standing, but let's not get overexcited because there's always this possibility that Astro, who was 2 and 7 earlier in this game, has bounced his way back to 9 and 9. He can still be the judgment maker here.
A little bit of top floor control has been gained for FaZe, so they can start working towards site. But Rogue have got the strip side hold, I'm pretty sure. Yes, you can see the man right out there. That's almost certainly going to be Deepek on the Echo, waiting to spoil the party with the Yokai drones.
Just playing on that vertical. Surely not, it's a drop execute. You got crying out towards Garage, it's worth mentioning. He's a mile away from the action at this point. But FaZe have no idea. Can he work his way up through catwalk maybe, or red stairs, and get himself involved on the top floor?
Continue to work those vertical angles, looking to soften things up here, FaZe, but there's going to come a point where they have to go, Des. They can't keep doing this for the entire remainder of the round. 50 seconds left of the Berlin Major here for us to decide who is going to be the winner. Astro drops down. He's looking to pressure from chains. He wants to try and hold down the bottom of main stairs. We know how important a position it is. Deepek, he, as predicted, is just out there cycling those cams, trying to feed the information, trying to get that last glimpse that is going to help Rogue over the line.
Surely not that Yokai being the big disruptor here in the last 30. FaZe dropping down, converging on the ground floor. Kitchen hallway is theirs as a Yokai blast comes out. Spoit thought about a swing but changed his mind at the last second. And Astro expects on the downstairs. Last 15, it's literally now or never. Spoit finds 1, 2 left standing. The plan's got to get stuffed. They find the down as well. Yesterday they took the crown from LA. Today they take the kingdom of Latam. Bring on your body, major champions.
That we have just seen, the battle that they have been through to win that, and let's in this moment not forget FaZe.
さあというわけで皆さんいかがだったでしょうか。長きにわたりこのベルリンメジャーの振り返りにお付き合いいただきありがとうございます。ちょっとね新シーズンも始まってしまった形でちょっとね間延びしてしまった部分があるんですけれども、新シーズンが始まったからこそ以前のシーズンのやはりローグのうまさだったりとかFaZeのうまさだったりといったところが改めて見えてくる部分もあったのかなというふうに思っておりますので、自分としてはやってよかったなというふうに感じております。さあ次のメジャーはまだねどこで行われるか発表はありませんけれども、楽しみに世界の強豪が今年最後の世界大会の中でどういったパフォーマンスを見せてくれるのか今から楽しみです。レギュラーシーズンの方もしっかりとハイライト作って追いかけていきたいと思いますので、よかったらチャンネル登録グッドボタンのほどよろしくお願いします。それでは最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。また次のレインボーシックスシージの動画でお会いしましょう。ではでは。